In this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to document your processes. Now, I know that sounds boring, but if there are things that are taking up your time as an agency owner, then being able to easily and quickly document those processes and then hand them off to other people in your team or to outsource them is absolute gold for your agency.
So let's take a look at how easy creating a process could be. And it's simply this. Let's take a look at this very simple document. It's an example process where I'm saying what it is I want to achieve. In this case, it's making a website live for my agency. I've developed a website for a client. And then when we get to the client sign-off stage, this is going to trigger a whole load of activities that we want to make sure that we do. There's all sorts of things that we want to include in this, like checking the robots text, which is something that I know a lot of agencies forget. And it means that the client's website can drop off the face of the earth for a couple of weeks before everyone realizes. Essentially, a process is a list of all the things that you don't want to forget and who is doing it and what order it all needs to happen. So if you just want to start creating a simple process for the different activities that you do on a day-to-day basis, then simply set something like this up as a starting point. This is at least going to allow you to document the sorts of things that you do and to make sure that you're not going to forget something. So as you can see here, we have get the client sign off, and that's owned by Tim. And then Larissa here is going to be setting up the server, and we've done an indent, and then you can see all of the subtasks that Larissa will be processing as part of that server setup element there. We've also got a testing line here for Lee, who will be testing the website, and so on and so forth. So just by creating a simple indented list, this is going to give you what you need. This can become part of a bigger document with an index that you can quickly jump to and also give to your employees to say, okay, this is our process for registering a domain. This is our process for X, Y, and Z, and you have everything in a nice and easy to follow list. Now, another way of managing your processes could be in spreadsheets where you could put out the steps, or in something like Airtable. And I'm going to show you a free Airtable that we've put together that you might be able to repurpose for your agency. So let's switch over to here. And you can see here we have a list of 3 different processes that we want to track. Over here on the right, if you have a pro account, you'll be able to use the document. So we've automatically generated a process document for ourselves, which gives us all of the processes we use within the business, and we can look at that and work our way through that. We can also see different views. So here we can see all of the steps that happen in making a website live, or we can go to any one of these different processes and have a look at what's going on. So let me first unpack how this has been built. So here we're listing all of the processes that we do within our business. So there might be a web build, there could be making a website live, repointing a domain, purchasing a domain, there could be updating a WordPress website. Whatever those processes are, we can just make a very simple list here. So let's say website maintenance, and so on and so forth. So you can see here that we're building up slowly a list of all of those regular processes, those repeatables. In here then, if we go to the full list, we can see all of the different processes that we've already written each step for. So for example, the website maintenance one that we've just created, we could start to add new steps to this process. So the first step might be just simply run a backup. And then we would be selecting who the team member responsible for that within the company would be. So let's just say that's me in this case. Now, if we switch over to steps, we will see that we've got this website maintenance element here, and we can add other items. So let's add some more here, and we'll say not only run backup, but also run theme updates, and then run plugin updates. And these may not necessarily be the things that you're doing in your order. And you can also say what sort of order you want these to appear in. So what is the structure of these? So very quickly, we've built up a nice simple list of all the different steps for website maintenance, and we've also linked it to a particular team member, so we know who it is that might be involved in this. And you can link this to multiple team members as well if there's multiple people. I might also want to be putting in some descriptions here of what might need to happen, and you can add other fields to this, like attachments, or maybe link off to LastPass, etc., so people can get access to the relevant data. Now, what this has done is essentially created a new sheet for us on this document over here. You can see here we have this website maintenance now. It's in order of those steps that we've put in there. We've got our information, and we can also edit this as well and perhaps add the status so that somebody could print this off and actually tick their way through as well. So there's different elements that we can add to these reports as well. Also, with regards to managing what sort of processes that you're going to focus on first, perhaps focus on those things that other team members can be involved with. So the big mission here would be initially to free up some of the operations team time to be able to focus on other aspects of the business. So if you, as the agency owner of one of the senior agency members, are spending time purchasing domains or backing up websites or doing website maintenance, then perhaps those are the things that you could create the processes for, so that you could then assign them to either other team members or even to outsourced third parties, so that you can then focus on running the business, on the marketing, or whatever those important things are. So as you're starting to write down these processes, it might be worth grouping those into operational categories, development categories, etc. And again, you could use something like this or a simple spreadsheet and then just categorize those. So here's an example of how that would look. So to wrap up, what you should be doing is creating a list of the different types of processes that you engage with, group those into some sort of category, work out what are those processes that take up your time that you could easily document and that other people could do, and then document those processes as they happen over the next few days and weeks, as opposed to creating that time aside to try and think of everything. Process as you go. Put it into a sheet like this, a Google sheet, an Airtable sheet, or even a simple document like this, and you are already way ahead and can then start to test if these processes work with other people doing them, and also where you can improve on those processes. If you want to grab a copy of that Airtable, be sure to check out the comments below.
So that wraps up today's video. I challenge you, go ahead and start to document those processes. Let us know how you get on in the comments below. If you want some accountability, we have a group that you can hang out in over on agencytrailblazer.com. It's our premium community with a weekly call with me or one of the community representatives. So go ahead, check that out, agencytrailblazer.com, or come and hang out in our free community in Facebook over on agencytrailblazer.com/group. Thanks for watching.